Bets are now closed.
Alright guys, welcome to
Here's 20.
Rob's Arcade.
We got a 7. Another
I am
card.
your host as always, Rob French, and it is Monday, so it's time for another
Here's 18.
Monday show. Alright baby, I win 20 chips.
If you're betting, get it down. And no more bets.
Like I said, it's time for another
Good
Monday
luck.
show here in Rob's Arcade. This is where I kind of hang out with you guys
And
and
13.
talk about my weekend, talk about your weekend, see how everything has
Got
been
us a
going for you
15.
guys.
Care for another card?
My weekend was pretty awesome.
That is 15. Another card? Don't think about it too much. Play's yours.
Understand. But yeah, the weekend was pretty nice.
Got us a 15.
I can't believe we're already like halfway through August at this
Dealer
point.
goes bust.
And nice. And I feel like, gosh, it was just August 1st. I feel like we just moved to Florida, actually. It's crazy. I don't feel like we've been here that long, but here we are, middle of August. And it's amazing how, like, the month seems to be, like, flying by. Ooh, 17. I'm gonna stay. The month has been flying by, but the weekend seemed to be kind of going pretty slow. Like this past this past weekend was pretty righteous. My wife was actually gone for most of it, so I kind of had the place to myself, which, as you know, everybody knows,
And no more bets. Good luck, folks.
basically just means, you know, watching whatever stupid science fiction movie I want to. Because there's made this comment before where I feel like there's this
And the dealer wins.
wow, right off the first bat there. That's pretty good. I feel like there's this misconception, like, you know, oh, when the wife is away, the husband will play, but not really. It's just like I said, it's basically, I'm gonna go back down to 10. Basically, just watching stupid science fiction movies, you know, eating junk food, not a whole lot, craziness going on. Ooh. No, I'm staying at 19, buddy. But she was at her Aunt Marlene's, doing some family stuff, and we had plans to actually go to Busch Gardens. Get that Kings Dominion junk out of your head, Robert. You're no longer in Richmond, Virginia. We had plans to go to Busch Gardens down here, and
And no more bets.
I was going to meet up with them, my wife, her aunt, and her cousin at Busch Gardens and stuff. Ooh,
Another card?
no, oh no.
Ah, that's too much.
Psh,
Got a bust here.
hit the wrong button.
Number 9. Look at that.
But my dog, our dog Veda, had some diarrhea this past weekend. Yummy, right? So I kind of had to stick around and just kind of keep an eye on her,
Bets are now closed.
which was nice. I mean, again, I literally this weekend, I think I just read a ton of comic books. I got a stack in my room I've been trying to whittle through as I, you know, hit the shop every week and just seem to get more and more comics.
Care for another card?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, bust.
I just seem to get more and more comics and
And the
find it
dealer
harder and
wins.
harder to kind of whittle through those. So this weekend I spent the whole just time just like grinding through comic after comic, playing some video games with my buddy Buck,
Here's 20.
getting all nice
We
and
have
gnarly.
11. Another card?
Nope. Getting all nice and gnarly, and
Lucky 13.
I think when did my wife finally get home? Was it Saturday night? Yeah, it was Saturday night, and it was really funny. Like both of us kind of felt like by the time she got back Saturday night, both of us kind of felt like we'd already had like a Saturday and a Sunday. Like, you know, I really didn't do a whole lot. She didn't do a whole lot. She hung out with some family Friday night. It was kind of like a celebration of life for a family member who had just passed recently. So she did that.
And 20. Look at that. Dealer wins.
Saturday she went to Busch Gardens, but for the most part, you know, she just kind of hung around with Marlene and just kind of took it easy, and you know, had a pretty relaxing. Well, she had to work Friday, of course, but had a pretty relaxing Friday evening and Saturday. But both of us just felt like by the time Saturday night hit, it was like we both already kind of had like a full weekend. And then we had Sunday, we had yesterday, which was genuinely a...
If you're betting, get it down.
was genuinely just a lazy day. She
Bets are now closed.
pretty much hung around in the bed for the most part. I did the same thing. I got like a little bit of like laundry and dishes kind of done. Nothing too extraneous. And again, just like dove through piles of comics, worked my way through like all the Spider-Man and all the Savage Dragon comics I had. Laying out.
13. Care for another card? It's your play.
Yep. Hit me. Give me a 7.
And that is how you bust, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
16
you
here.
set me up, buddy.
And the dealer wins.
And then we just put on like some great like classic kind of movies throughout the day. A lot of
Bets,
cool
please.
like old Batman and like Sword in the Stone.
And no more bets. Good luck, folks.
Just really cool, fun, like 80s,
14 here.
90s,
We
kind
got
of
a
like
7. Another card.
action-y kind of movies and stuff.
16. It.
You know, had a nice little dinner, watching Impractical Jokers. I don't think you can ever go wrong with Impractical Jokers. Such a great show.
Bust. And we're at 11.
She took a nap actually throughout the day Saturday and hopped on, played some Streets of Rage yesterday with Buck. I forgot how amazing that game is. In fact, you can probably look forward to. I was kind of throwing this idea out there to Buck. Hopefully he's on board with this. He says he's always down.
And a 3. Care for another card?
Looking to do maybe
We
a
have 11. And the dealer wins.
like a walkthrough, a full walkthrough of Streets of Rage. Him and I doing like 2-player. That was a game. I've talked about the game. I don't want to go too much into it now because, like I said, I kind of want to do a walkthrough in the future. But Streets of Rage, man, was just such a fun game growing up. It's still one of those I go back and visit. I have it on my my little Sega Genesis that came loaded with the game already.
16 here. It.
Give it to me, baby.
Ooh,
Oh, bust again. God, I'm just whittling through. I was doing all right before.
Look at that.
Um,
Dealer wins.
But yeah, Streets of Rage 4 is just such a great tweak of that game. It's such a great update.
Bets are now closed.
There's just something, I've talked about other games. There's a video I have done for Double Dragon 1 and 2.
We have 11.
And,
We got us a blackjack. And the dealer wins.
oh, God, I'm just getting RAPE over here. D to
Let's
the
get those bets in.
sack.
And no more bets. Good luck, folks.
But yeah, games like Double Dragon, Streets of
Here's
Rage,
18.
those are always just really fun.
Care for another card?
My friends and I playing those on the weekends.
And 14.
Just grinding through those levels, punching our way as hard as we can, trying to get to the final boss. And Streets of Rage 4 is such a great update of that idea,
Bets are now closed.
where it's got the classic feel, the updated graphics. It was really fun yesterday, actually, reading comics all day long, and then watching like Rush Hour, reading comics, and then playing. Let's stay. And then playing Streets of Rage 4, where it kind of felt like you were playing a comic book, kind of like come to life, if you will. And then on top of that, it's like a beat 'em up game, and I don't know, there was like this really cool, like, you couldn't get it out of my face, where it was like comic books and kung fu and fighting and action all in my face all day yesterday. So if you have never spent a day doing that, wake up, have some coffee.
And blackjack. Here's 18.
Nice. Nice, baby. If you've never done that, do yourself a favor. Get up one Sunday, you have nothing to
Let's get
do.
those bets in.
Get some
Bets
coffee,
are
get some
now
breakfast,
closed.
read comics for a few hours. Watch some Jackie Chan,
And 19.
watch some fun action movies. Then hop on and play some Streets of Rage
Care
4.
for another card?
The inside track is open, and
That
the
is the,
excitement is addictive. Pick your
the best
horse and
stage.
cheer them on to victory.
Oh.
That. Dealer wins.
Well, I'll be danged. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's Monday. It's hard to believe it's already Monday. I've been kind of cranking away doing some stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I got to do a Monday show. Like, I have literally nothing prepared. Hopefully, my rambling right there was a lot of fun
And no more bets.
listening
Good
to.
luck, folks.
Because honestly, like, I woke up this morning like, oh
And
wow,
that's 17.
or 7.
Another card?
Um,
Got us a 15.
but there. What does that mean? Hand is pushed. I guess that means nothing is nothing.
Bets, please.
You'd like to hear from you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to hear from you guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Like I said, I feel like the weekends are getting a little bit longer. I kind of feel like it gets like that as the fall gets closer. Like the weekends
And
do
16
kind of
here.
get like a little bit
8.
longer.
It.
So I don't know. We're still like in summer. We're still in that August, but I kind of feel like we are getting kind of close to those longer
And that is
weekends.
how you bust, ladies and gentlemen.
Those
14 here.
nice fall
And
days
the
where you kind of get
dealer
out
wins.
and hit the different farms and
get those
markets,
bets in.
and get your pumpkins and your fresh apples and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, hit that comment section down below, guys. I've mentioned this before. You know, it's really easy, man. Just hit that like
And no
button,
more
hit that
bets.
comment button,
Good luck,
hit that
folks.
share button.
That is 15.
You know, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. But if you are a
Care for
subscriber,
another
man, go ahead, hop on, hit this share button. You know, send it to Facebook, send it to a friend
That's 17.
that you might think
Another
might
card?
be interested in some of the gibberish I have to say. You know, who knows? Maybe
16. Look at that.
hey Holden, maybe
Dealer
Tucker
wins.
wants to watch one of my Wednesday breakdowns and kind of check out the different comics I pick up. You know, maybe send Tucker
If
one of
you're
my
ready,
Wednesday
get it
breakdowns so we
down.
can kind of check that out. You know, like I said, share the video, send it to a friend if you think it's something they might be interested in checking out.
Bets are now
That's how I'm going to get more followers, more views. And while you're hanging out, hit that
And
like button as well, guys. Let
17.
me know you're here by hitting that like button. I see the views. I never see any likes. I don't see any dislikes either. So I mean, I guess that's okay. But you know, guys, let me know you're out there, man. Hit that like button. I know you're watching, but let me know that you're out there.
Lucky 13.
Comment down below. Tell me what you did
And
this
the
weekend.
dealer wins.
Hit that like button. My buddy out there knows.
Bets, please.
I guess his name is Tommy. He knows. He hit the likes.
And no more bets.
He hit some
Good luck,
comments.
folks.
I gifted the dude a skin on Fortnite just for kind of hanging out and do what I
And
asked. So,
13.
you know, who knows? It might pay off. It might pay off in the
Care
long
for
run.
another card?
Also on Mondays, I like to kind of hang out with you guys and not only like try to find out what you guys did for the weekend and if you guys had a good weekend, but also like to kind of like bring up a topic. And again, like this is never anything that really like gets any comments or any feedback, but I kind of like to throw something out there for you guys to kind of think about and just kind of talk about.
Let's get those bets in.
After you, dude.
Yeah, maybe take a walk around the floor and come
Yeah,
back.
maybe wait for you outside in the parking lot and get my money back. How about that? But yeah, I like to kind of bring up something, like a topic or something to talk about to kind of get your brains kind of running and maybe get some conversations stirring. Like I said, not that it ever really gets any comments, really any serious feedback a lot of times on any of these topics. But I thought a good one would be making better decisions. You know, let's kind of talk about that today. The idea of like maybe making better decisions, and I think we kind of run through this all the time. You know, something our cousin and I have kind of talked about before, is snapping each other, is that, you know, you have to be, like, you know, um, hold yourself accountable. And a lot of times we only hold ourselves accountable when it's too late. You know, when it comes to things like cheating or calling out of work or any of these things, we only hold ourselves accountable if we get caught or if we, you know, find ourselves in I guess, like short with our paycheck or something like that. You know, when it's ultimately, you know, too late. And making better decisions going forward is kind of a way to get out of that. You know, waking up in the morning and just saying like, okay, if you say, you know, I'm not speaking from personal experience, so you can only spend it once a day. Let's go grab a drink. Sounds like a good idea, right? Let's say, you know, let's just talk about infidelity. You know, it's like if you find yourself like every day, like you go to work and, you know, you and your secretary are having an affair and it's like something you want to get out of, and you find yourself like every day like, oh, I'm not going to do it, then oh my gosh, you do it, and it's like, oh, you know, tomorrow I'll, you know, you feel awful, so then tomorrow again you hold yourself accountable after it's too late, right? And so then, you know, you say, okay, well, tomorrow I won't, next week I won't, next Monday I won't, next, you know, whatever. And then you find yourself like, oh gosh, I didn't. You know, making better decisions than when you wake up in the morning and just saying, okay, this is going to be the day that I change everything. Working out, you know, you kind of like, you know, you put yourself to Can
I get you anything else?
kind of hold yourself to, you know, like maybe working out, like hold yourself to like a program where you work out like 3 or 4 times a week, you know, and you find yourself doing this all the time where it's like, oh yeah, you do it for a couple of days, maybe you do it for like a week, and then, oh, I need to take a break, and then you let it go, and again, you know, you hold yourself accountable after it's too late. But what can you do to make those better choices to ensure that you continue to, you know, not have to hold yourself accountable for the bad decisions, but just, you know, wake up making the better choices. So that's kind of like, I don't know, it's a weird roundabout way of getting to what I want to talk about, but making better choices. What can you do? Listening to the podcast today, Michael Rosenbaum. In fact, I'm going to go ahead right now. It's real easy. I was talking about sharing earlier. Let's go ahead and go to YouTube, and we're going to go ahead and share his podcast right now with a friend.
Time for another dare.
And that way,
5 habaneros, and then
I'm not just somebody who's like, oh, do this, do that, but like I'm not going to,
I already did that in the
you know,
dungeon
do the same thing myself. So right now, real quick, let me just go ahead.
You rock, babe.
As soon as this is ready, I'm going to go ahead and share this Sophia Bush with Michael Rosenbaum inside of you. Now, earlier I was listening to one with Michael Keegan, actually tweeted those two guys earlier, just because they were talking about, you know, like making those better choices and not, you know, allowing yourself to kind of like, I guess, you know, get the regrets of making the bad decisions just by, you know, just, it's, Michael Keegan made it seem so easy, like, let me share this real quick, I'm having trouble. There we go. Made it sound so easy, like, yeah, you just, you know, you eat the right food, you don't eat the processed stuff, you read this book, you make these decisions, you do this going forward, and you will just, you'll live the better life, you'll feel happy, you'll feel better. And just hearing somebody like say like, you know, yeah, you know, I grew up in Hollywood, I faced all that stuff where like, yeah, you know, there was like drugs and alcohol, like bad decisions and the wrong decisions. And then at some point you just kind of say, hey, like, you know, that's a cool name. You just kind of say, hey, okay, like that's not for me, that's not what I want. And, you know, he makes it sound very, very simple. And I feel like it can be. Like, I really feel like it can be. And just like by making those better, those easier, those smarter choices. So, um, going forward, there was some stuff like today. I was like, oh, maybe I should hit the ABC store. Maybe I should grab like a 6-pack of beer for the fridge, or maybe I should do. And I was like, no, like I don't really, you don't really need that in the house. It's like for what? It's Monday. Are we going to be
What? Who said that?
really doing any partying or anything? And then it's like one of those things like, okay, well, if I go to the ABC store and grab some alcohol or something just so we have it in the house, I'm going to wind up drinking it tonight, right? Like, this is what's going to wind up happening. If it's in the house, or if not tonight, tomorrow, or whatever. And, I'd like to say, like, oh, well, I'll stop after a drink or two, but then most likely I won't, I'll wake up in the morning, I might have only, like, what, maybe 1 or 2 beers left or something like that. And, I don't know, it just seemed like not the right decision. And I think most often, even though it's probably like, I really don't need it, I would probably just go ahead and grab it anyway. I mean, there's stuff in the, trust me, that I picked up.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
Let's see.
It's on the way.
There's things that I picked up that I'm sure I don't really need, like Jello pudding and some of the stuff that is in the refrigerator. This kind of like fun, more snacky kind of things, what have you. But that's a little bit different. Like what I'm getting at is like I've tried to think about, okay, well, going forward, I'm kind of getting into this routine where I am trying to get to more like exercise. I want to get back into a weightlifting program, which I've really yet to do. I want to get to like something with arms one day, legs this day, and really get back into a solid routine. And again, it's one of those things. Like I said, do it for a few days.
Hi there, this is Bryony from.
And then I let it go, and then later on, it's like that's when I hold myself accountable for not working out, and I'll get there. But I have. I know there's like a thing you can set where people just don't call you, but it's like, don't they know I'm doing my Monday show? Don't call me on Mondays, people. I'm doing my Monday show. Stupid son of a... Yeah, get out of here. But going forward, like, I have been wanting to do, like, some exercises and, like, kind of start my day off the right way. And so I mentioned this in other videos, but my dog and I going on walks, which is a great way to kind of get out and get some exercise, great way to kind of start your day. While going out for different walks, we found a kind of like a halfway indoor, halfway outdoor like basketball court. I think it's like a kind of like a tennis court slash basketball, or like tennis court. What is it, like Powerball or something, like where you're like, is it racquetball? I don't know. What is the game where it's like 2 people and you're playing on the same side and you whack the ball against the wall and it comes back to the guy, and it's kind of like tennis, but you're playing each other off the wall. What is that?
Don't say anything.
Shut up. I feel like it's racquetball. Or maybe he was calling to tell me. I'm sorry, Lester. Lester was calling like, don't say anything, but the answer is so-and-so. But yeah, I found like this halfway indoor, outdoor like basketball court, and so I've been hitting that up in the morning, trying to get some exercise, kind of start my day off, get like 30 minutes in. I'm just running around, some cardio, get the sweat going. And that's like, the right way to kind of start your day. And I know going into the future, like I said, pick up a 6-pack of Yingling or whatever, and then wake up one morning, and I'm just not going to have it in me. I'm just going to wake up one morning, it's going to be like, whatever. Don't really feel it this morning. Feel kind of hungover. Feel kind of tired. Feel kind of groggy. And I'm just not going to want to. I'm not going to want to do it. So, like I said, going forward, I'm trying to like make better decisions. So, this is kind of like an opportunity. I want to hear from you guys. Like, is there anything out there that you wish you made better decisions about, or you constantly find yourself struggling with, whether it be like your eating habits or bad habit, smoking or drinking. Um, I know drinking is definitely one of my vices. It's one of those things where, like, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. It's not like I'm a mean drunk or I'm a nasty drunk. I do enjoy, uh, alcohol, and it's fun, but it's also at the point too in my life where, like, it just makes me more tired than anything. I felt like, in your 20s and sometimes in your 30s, it's like, oh yeah, you can party, you can drink all night. The more you drink, the more you go. You're going to do another shot. Well, I'm going to do another shot. Next thing you know, you're just back and forth, and it's, 5 a.m. and you can, get up, drink some water, have a breakfast, take a shower, and do it all again the next night, or, find yourself going to work on a Monday with no issues and no problems and stuff like that. But, it's like, I hate to say it, I'm getting into my 40s now, and, it's one of those things, like, even like 3, 4 beers, 5 beers, something like that. It's just like, oh, it wreaks havoc on my system, and just, it's almost one of those things too, where it's like, if you find yourself, like, you don't do anything really, you just drink, you just, like, go to bed, I think your body starts to just, like, get used to that. So it's like you have like 1 or 2 drinks and you're just like tired. You just don't really feel like doing anything. You're like, you're kind of lazy, like you're going to make dinner at some point. Now it's just like, I don't feel like doing any of that. I'm just going to have, like, it's just, I don't know. So going forward, I've been trying to, like, get one of those, one of those, like, those bad habits and stuff out of my way, and that's definitely one of those that I could definitely do without. Definitely. But yeah, like I said, I'd like to hear from you guys, like something, you guys struggle with, whether it be exercising or eating right or all of the above. I would really like to hear some of your feedback on this today. So yeah, guys, going forward this week, let's make some better decisions. Let's make some better choice lists. Let's make some better choice lists. No, let's make some better choices. Just be better to each other all around. That's something I tweet a lot. Hashtag be awesome to each other. But no, it's a good philosophy. Treat yourself good this week going forward. Tell yourself, like, what's the better decision? Make the better decision. Go with it. Don't hold yourself accountable later on when you find yourself like, oh, why did I do this? Don't go down that road. Start off Monday right. Start off Monday good. Do something you don't normally find yourself doing, and then do something good for yourself. Go on a run. Go work out. Throw some of that junk food out, maybe, that you've been, like, I enjoy junk food, don't get me wrong, but you can't live off of it, guys. You got to get some good salads and meats and stuff in there too. Anyway, guys, R4 told me a minute or two ago it's time to wrap this up, so I am going to do that. It's been a hoot hanging out with you guys. I'm glad I was able to squeeze this in. And I'm glad I went with the Monday show and not like the Monday morning show, because I almost forgot. It's almost like 4 o'clock and here I am just now getting out to you guys. So anyway, guys, like I said, again, hit the like, hit the share, hit that comment section below. Let me know how your weekend was. Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me know what's going on. It takes like just a few minutes. I'm telling you guys, it takes just a few minutes. I'll comment back. It'll be fun. You'll really enjoy it. Subscribe if you are not a subscriber. Share if you are. Hashtag be awesome to each other. And remember, guys, this is not goodbye. It's simply to be continued. And until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Later. Peace.